Hi, everyone. My name is Kenza Filali, and I'm an undergraduate student in mechanical engineering. And I was fortunate enough to be supervised by Dr. Kim Johnson. And today I'll be talking about how cognitive distortions affect the emotional well-being in first-year engineering students. So starting off with semantics, we first made sure to clarify on how our team defines both the meaning of cognitive distortions and emotional well-being, doing so to understand and answer our research question properly. The wellness wheel is a common tool that we utilize in our team, and we define the emotional wellness according to the wellness wheel. So, a bit of background. So, we have about 900 plus engineering students in first year, and we got the permission of a sample of 98 first year engineering students. And in the engineering attributes program, throughout the year, first years were presented modules related to mental wellness and overall academic support, and were asked questions related to these modules. So going into our methodology, our main focus was a content analysis. So that falls under qualitative analysis, right? And to kind of finish off to attain stronger results, we completed it with a comparative analysis. So a quick overview of content analysis. What is it? It's to analyze meanings and relationships between words, themes, or even concepts. And in this case, we're analyzing the relationship and themes between the two words that we defined earlier, cognitive distortion and emotional well-being. So we did most of our data coding through Excel and numerous literature reviews to support our data. First, doing the quantitative analysis side, then doing the qualitative analysis side using our quantitative data. So these were the two questions we asked students. We first analyzed the 15 cognitive distortions out there that are commonly known, and we then only focused on the 7 of them, which were the only ones students mentioned in their responses, such as polarized thinking, mental filtering, and many more. These are the quantitative data that we were able to pick up from the cognitive distortion analysis alone. And after analyzing question 1, we were able to get more quantitative data, yet the biggest takeaway was that 81% of our sample encountered cognitive distortions due to grades, which brings us to our most important and prominent and common theme, which are grades. We see that it ties to self-worth of students and many other really strong findings. In all of our sample data, we measured the number of times a theme slash word was used in this collage. And so the bigger the word, the more times it was written. So just looking at this collage alone, we can kind of see a lot of that content analysis in play, and the affected emotional well-being due to cognitive distortions. So more valuable and rich quantitative data. A big takeaway is that more than half of our sample felt imposter syndrome, and the research via the literature shows how prominent imposter syndrome is in academia, and especially in higher education. Our 2 other common themes are self-doubt and comparison. It's also really important to remember that these cognitive distortions make students perceive reality inaccurately, right? So if they feel like they don't belong in engineering, it doesn't actually mean they don't belong, right? So if you don't feel good enough to be in engineering, it doesn't actually mean it's true. So in conclusion, we acknowledge that it's a cycle, right? A vicious and unhealthy cycle, and that our grades impact our cognitive distortions, and our cognitive distortions impact our emotional well-being. And because our emotional well-being isn't regulated, it affects our grades because we aren't happy with our grades, it then affects our emotional well-being and then causes our cognitive distortions. So potential next steps. Potentially creating a toolkit for students to help them break the cycle, teaching tools for emotional intelligence alongside IQ. So as engineering, it's very technical, right? Why bother tapping in an emotional curriculum? It's even more of a reason to do so, right? For empathetic problem solving. And it just makes even stronger and more resilient engineers. So I genuinely think this quote encapsulates this research perfectly by Wright Thurston. Self-talk is the most powerful form of communication because it either empowers you or it defeats you. And here are some references for my research, but all citations for the slides are included. Thank you.